All right, back at it. So we are attempting to do this TikTok thing again. Not making any promises. Eventually, I have the time to do it. You know, TikTok wants me to try to sell stuff, man. I was like, man, I get out here and try to give some stuff away. You know, we got some stuff we definitely want to try to give away. And so, I don't know what this is. So, I don't know. We'll chit chat for a little while. Probably be here for a little while. Who's this? Let's see what they want. Invitation to co-host. No, I'm not going nowhere. Turn off the invites for this live. Yeah, we chilling. We're gonna talk about faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed, right? Now the thing is, I didn't know I didn't really have a master plan here. I had a plan, go live, and in that plan, we have now accomplished. Try to keep simple plans, real simple plans, because the simpler the plan, the easier it is to prepare, and preparation is key. And the more you can prepare, the easier it is to compare, the easier it is going to be to take action. So you got to remember, the most important thing about the plan is the action that you take. So let me move some things around over here, because I'll forget what I'm talking about a couple of times. What's up, Uncle Marky? What's up, Eunice? So we so when you make a plan and you begin to execute that plan, and you move, that's the most important part. The most important part of the plan is the execution that you take. So what does that have to do with faithfulness and it being mostly unwitnessed? Because the planning requires the prayer, and prayer requires preparation, plan requires preparation, and then after you plan, it requires preparation. See, so preparation is unwitnessed, yet the person who properly prepares and executes effectively is the one who will succeed, right? So it's vitally it always comes back down to, what do you believe, and what is it that you can do to be able to change anything. And if you want to change anything, the answer is make a plan, take massive action. So I always say that massive action that you take behind the plan is the most important part. Yet today, what we're talking about is that faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed. So we're not talking about the very important part of the action that one must take. We're talking about the very important the unwitnessed portion that people don't see, which is the preparation. Because those who are faithful spend much time preparing, because preparation is required in between every single step and before every step. So before you do anything, there should be some type of preparation. And if you're performing something, you should have prepared before you performed it. So let's look at it like this, right? So we're talking about, so if you don't know who I am, I'm Truth J Blue. Welcome in, B-Man. And it's my full belief that you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being, capable of doing anything that you can imagine and believe, right? Welcome in, DYL. And because I believe that you can do anything that you can imagine and believe, I've spent the last 15 years studying spirituality and psychology and determining what do I believe? How can I put what I believe into simple terms? And so when I come here and I go live, I have something that's in my mind, a concept that's going to come out once I get here. What's up, the narrator? Welcome in. So when we talk about faithfulness being mostly unwitnessed, I'm talking about all of the preparation, because preparation is where one begins anything. Now, some people may just take action and even may be able to take action and be successful, right? Yet the preparation was at some point in their growth. At some point in there, they were prepared in order to be able to execute and be able to reach success. So when we look at the macro of the planning, preparing, acting, right? If we look at the macro level of the planning, preparing, acting, we can see that before the planning, there was preparing. We can see that during the planning session, there was probably some more preparation, and then you observe and you move backwards. And we're always between every single step talking about the plan and then the action. There's also preparation before the plan and obviously before the action. Yet we don't truly observe that when the person's doing it, right? That's the reason why so many people look like they just make it overnight, because they spend so many years, so many hours preparing, that being unwitnessed, being willing to continue day after day, doing what it is that they're committed to do to be able to get it done. But all of the years, all of the sweat and tears, all of the fortitude and the resilience and the challenges and the struggles, everything that one goes through, that's unwitnessed. There's a few people when I go and I watch them, and you see like they have their story. They were smart enough to be capturing their story because they were that confident they were gonna make it. But for the most part, we only have the opportunity to be able to come and tell our story. We don't have the opportunity because we didn't record it. We didn't think about being able to share our entire story. So all of that goes unwitnessed. So faithfulness in the preparation over the years and over time, because remember, like I always say, it's consistency over time. Welcome in, Larper. What's up, Bobby, Majesty, Kathleen, Stephanie? Y'all welcome in. So we're talking about faithfulness is mostly unseen. I believe that's what I said. I titled it mostly unwitnessed. That's what I titled it. Let me put that over here where I can see it. So when we talk about that faithfulness, I'm talking about all of the things done that aren't in the eyes of when the performance actually happens, because the performance is the end all. The performance is the thing witnessed. Yet all of the faithfulness was the planning, the preparing, the going. What's up, Don J? What's up, Issa? And all of the time spent going through the ups and downs, the challenges with finances, challenges with time, challenges with family, challenges with vehicles, challenges with whatever it is. There's so many things that the person who wants to be faithful to their commitments must go through and will go through inevitably. You will, if you will ever be witnessed. In order to remember, so if we're talking about faith, the faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed. We're only talking about those who get witnessed. those who get seen, those who get observed. So the only those people who get observed in the greater expanse of what we're alluding here, though those people, what they did in preparation was mostly unwitnessed. And you must be willing to do that stuff with fortitude and resilience during that preparation time. Because like I said a moment ago, in the macro view, there's the preparation is the unwitnessed area mostly. It's all of the struggles and pains and the challenge that the when you put the work in. So right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do XYZ. Let's look at my story, right? So when we back up to, let's go to 2012, right? So in 2012, when we started Inspire, Build, Motivate, right? So we got Inspire, Build, Motivate started, and we didn't know what we were going to do. And the preparation and the journey, we started along the path, right? So when as we moved along, we were having a meeting, right? There was a meeting, and the meeting, a guy named Steven shows up to the meeting, and during the meeting, we're talking about the principles that we have and that we want to teach and how we want to structure everything with the nonprofit. What's up, PJs? And so when we're sitting there with the meeting, Steven asks, can he talk, right? And so we let Steven talk, and Steven begins to explain himself and what he thinks about the word it is that we're going to teach. And what's up, John? And so when we think about what Steven says, Steven told me, and I'm the president of the nonprofit at the time, and he tells me that if we want these success principles to be able to be taught to children and be able to last and have a real effect on their lives, then we must base them off of biblical principles. Now, this is 2012. So I didn't know jack about the Bible. Of course, I knew. Well, I'll tell the story there. I knew a little bit about the Bible, right? I knew enough to be able to get by, right? But I didn't know what he was talking about. So the story I'm telling you is my story going back to 2012, how I got here. Because we're talking about how faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed. So to give an example, I want to go back to 2012, and because in retrospect, I can see how, what's up, spoken word? So I can see how 2012, when Steven says that everything that we need to do, I have to base it off of biblical principles. Now, none of us knew the Bible. We were really just like secular, regular guys, right? It's 2012. I'm 32, and we just co-founded this organization, Inspire, Build, Motivate, which is in the group right now. And when he told me that, it resonated with me. See, and the challenge is when something resonates with you and you take action, you don't know where that path is going to take you on your journey. You don't know where you're going to really end up. So I began looking for a church. It's the thing that the first thing I need to do if I'm going to base the things that where I'm teaching off of the Bible is I'm going to need to find a church. And so at the time, I'm living in Houston, Texas, and in Greens Point, North Houston, and I'm working at the HBCU downtown, right? So TSU. So when this happens, I start looking for a church, and so when I start looking for a church, I'm living in Houston, and I don't know much about the Bible, don't know much about churches, so I'm going to all these churches and doing all these different things. And so I have to figure out, what am I looking for? So I tell myself, I start looking for a church that's open 7 days a week. I tell myself, if it's a church, it should be open 7 days a week. So the meeting with Steven, all of this happens with Steven, I want to say it was in the summer. It was like August. It was like August. And so I began looking for churches for months. And then we have a meeting in San Antonio, board meeting, because most of the board is in San Antonio. I live in Houston, most of the board's in San Antonio. And while I'm on my way there, I hear in my spirit certain things I'm supposed to do while I'm there. And so I get to San Antonio, and we have the thing that we need to do on Monday, and it's Friday, and I think we're just going to handle everything, and I'm gonna get out of here on Monday like I'm supposed to. And so I don't do any of the things that I heard that I thought I should do in my spirit, right? So none of the one of the things that I heard was I needed to contact Mary Bells. Her name was Mary Bells at the time. Her name's now Mary Swan. She's married now. But and also to look up Dr. Bowie Foundation. So in my spirit, I'm told to do these two things, but I get to San Antonio, and so all my friends, I live in Houston, they live here, so we party all weekend. I don't do none of the things I believed I was supposed to do, right? Yet on Monday, everything goes wrong to prevent me from being able to make it back home. I mean, everything. So I'm forced to be like, okay, what was it I was supposed to do, right? I'm forced to go back and revisit the thinking. What was it I was supposed to do? So if y'all just getting in, I know a lot of people coming in. So we're talking about, so I'm Truth J Blue. You know, I empower you to experience your divine power, potential, and purpose. Today, we're talking about how faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed, talking about the preparation, talking about the fortitude, the resilience, the ups and downs. And so as an example, I'm just sharing my story back to 2012, how I ended up going to 3 different schools, being in school for over 10 years, which gets me to where I am today. Because had it not been for that meeting in 2012, I don't go to school for 10 years. I had no plans to go to school. Like, go to school for what? But in 2012 at that board meeting, when Stephen said that if we wanted these principles to really transform people's lives, we needed to base them on biblical principles. I then took that. It resonated with me, and I took action. So I started looking for a church. Eventually, I end up in San Antonio, and then I'm end up stuck in San Antonio. So I look up Dr. Bowie. Dr. Bowie ends up having a loft for rent, and the Dr. Bowie Foundation. Barbara Bowie was running. Her husband had passed, but that's not part of important. But looked up the foundation. They had a loft for rent. I ended up getting into the loft, and then I eventually found Mary Bells. Now, this is November now. And it's the end of November. It's like the middle of November, but when all of this started. But now it's the end of November, and we find Mary. My business partner knew found out where she lived, and we went there. And when we show up there at Mary's, it's as if she's seen a ghost, right? She can't believe it's me. And she told me that God had been speaking to her about Jeremiah, and she didn't know what it meant, but she said I needed to come to church. Now, I've been looking for a church, so I'm like, okay. And she was like, it seemed like it was like another 2 weeks before church was gonna be, so, which was the first Saturday in December of 2013. Yeah. So yeah, we're in 2013 now. But I skipped a lot of time, but we're just trying to get to just giving an example of how much it is unseen. Because so much, what's up, Susanna? What's up, love God? What's up, Noah? So much of the faithfulness, so much of the work, so much of the things that is done before someone takes action to be able to go out and do the work. There's so much that goes on unseen. You've been being prepared for what it is that you're called to do from the moment that you started doing things, from the moment you started experiencing life. There is something that you're being trained to do. You have a calling, a vocation, something that's within you. You have a divine purpose within you that you were born with certain power, certain potential, certain talents to be able to do these things. And so since you were born with the potential and the power to fulfill this vocational calling of yours, I've decided that I'm going to come here and share stories, share information, teach various different topics to help you transform the way that you think so that you can prove and approve the God's will for your life. And because I genuinely know that you're a powerful, creative, spiritual being, it drives me to want to come here and do it. So we're returning back to the story, right? Every now and then I just want to reintroduce myself, but returning back to the story, where we were the first Saturday in December 2013. Yeah, maybe it was 2012. 2012, yeah, we're still in 2012. So the first Saturday in December 2012, that's 2013. I apologize. So I'm in San Antonio, end up at the church because it was November 11, 12, 13. November 12, 2013 was the meeting. So we I show up to church. It was a business person's meeting. Of course, at the time we're doing all types of networking businesses, and we're running the nonprofit, and we're doing a little bit here and there. And so as we when I get there, it's like, wow, it was amazing. So that was a Saturday. Then I go that Sunday, and then I come back and I go the next Sunday, and I never returned home to Houston. I abandoned a 2-bedroom apartment that was furnished, had offices set up. There probably was like 2 computers on desk with everything, and then all of my clothes, all of my shoes. Never went back to get any of it, right? What's up, Nightmare Nook? And so but the next 10 years I spent in school. I ended up in 2014 going to Bible school. And then I ended up going to get my psychology degree from Liberty University. And then I went to ministry school. And all of this took about 10 years. And so in the fall of 2023, I have that written down. I have a playlist called that. But in the fall of 2023, everything changed. And this question that I had to deal with, I had to ask myself, well, what do you believe? Now, I had been studying the Bible from so many various ways, in every type of way. I'm talking about in-depth studying the Bible for 10 years straight, from 2013 to 2023. And in the fall of 2023, when I asked myself in the fall of 2023, what is it that you believe? So I for 10 years, from 2013 to 2023, I was in school. And I was studying the Bible in my personal time. I was going to church 4 or 5 days a week. I was serving in the church. And in the fall of 2023, I didn't know what I believed. And I asked myself that. And since the fall of 2023, I've been running scared. And then when I thought I had to solve December of 2025, I thought I had to solve. I went all in on me, right? I thought I was gonna, escape the vocational calling that was on my life. I know what I was called to do. I'm called to empower you to experience your presence, your purpose, your potential in serving your purpose. And I went in all, and so I was over leveraged and underperforming now for 9 months. So I tell you what, I ended up with nothing. Everything right now at this moment, everything I have probably almost negative everything, because stuff is, I'm talking about maxed out, right? This is where we are, you know what I'm saying? But it's because I try to run from my vocation. And I'm not worried about it. We're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? But the challenges over the past 2 weeks, oh man. But the the decision. See, the thing is, I know what it is that I'm supposed to do, but the work to do it requires the unseen work. The moving my life around them to do what it is that I believe I'm called to do. That's the challenge. Preparing yourself. Like I was joking because I've told myself starting this week I'm gonna start going live at two Eastern, 1 p.m. Central every day. I'm gonna try to do 90 days straight again, and I realized that the only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I take what it is that I learned about myself, what it is that I learned over those 10 years, and I'm honest about it and authentic. That when I ask myself, what is it that I believe, I didn't know. I spent 10 years studying the Bible, volunteering a good percentage of my time. I went and got a degree from Liberty University, went to Bible school, went to ministry school, but after all of that, had no idea what I believed. And so I've spent the last couple years just running, 2.5 years, running. But I know I can say and share with you right now a few things that I do believe, absolutely. And that the first is I believe that you're a creation. Therefore, you have a creator. Therefore, creators only create with a purpose. Therefore, you have a purpose. Your purpose, no matter what it is, whether is serving, whether it's as a competitor, whether it's an artist, no matter what your whatever your vocational calling is, whatever that thing that's within you is, that potential that's within you is, it's not for you. It doesn't serve you. So therefore, I believe wholeheartedly that we were all created to serve others. And then I build upon that, because that psychological study that I did on top of the biblical studies that I did over that period of time. And of course, before then, but really over that time was in depth. It was intentional study with the purpose of being able to, how do people truly transform their lives without having to continue to transform their lives? What is it that creates the challenges? I call it the veil. And I have a mentorship called Beyond the Veil, but I was going to sell it, but we're going to give that away for free. That's one of the things we're going to do here. We end up giving the Beyond the Veil away for free because I'm going to need things to talk about here. Of course, today I didn't know what I was going to talk about, and I typed something up. I typed faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed, which is why we're talking about for those 10 years when I served and studied and served and studied. Now I'm deciding to come out here and tell you what it is that I determined and what it is after studying the Bible and studying psychology with the intention of understanding how to teach the principles, the 22 principles that we teach at Inspire, Build, Motivate. Make sure y'all go follow Inspire, Build, Motivate, or however they are. They're somewhere in the chat. But matter of fact, make sure y'all go follow Inspire, Build, Motivate. So when thinking about teaching those principles, how do you transform? I learned from studying these things, and it is that you are every single human living on this planet is a powerful, creative, spiritual being capable of doing anything that they can imagine and believe. And the inspiration, the inspiration, like as the over the past couple of days, because it had to take for me to be here with absolutely nothing, everything maxed out, nowhere to go, can't do nothing, can't make nothing happen, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Challenge. It took all of this to happen to put this pressure on me to make me realize that I just met on Jason Cooper, who was a quadriplegic, who now is a personal trainer. We know that you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being capable of doing anything you can imagine and believe. You can do, but the thing is, we don't We don't understand how to focus with intention. I say it all the time. What's an iron? So I say it all the time. Where you gotta think intentionally, speak intentionally, and then act accordingly. So you got to be thinking on purpose about what you want to think about, and then you must start speaking about that thing affirmatively, and then you must take action, massive action immediately. What's up, Ryan? So you must do that if you want to effectively move through any phases quickly. And it takes some consistency, and you're thinking intentionally, speaking intentionally, and acting accordingly. And when you do this consistently, you will experience the transformative power that you have. See, the reason why many of us don't understand that we're powerful, creative, spiritual beings is because we fail to implement the focus that it would require to be able to get there. There's immense focus that brings transformation. It requires preparation. It requires planning. But the most important part is the massive action. If we fail to take action, and I know firsthand, if we fail to take action, it's going to put you into a tight position. It's going to continue to push you and push you like they say you're between a rock and a hard place, because you cannot run from what it is that you've been called to do. I see there's a couple of different stories that pop into my head right now when I'm thinking about it, right? But I like the you cannot know what it is, be working in what it is, your vocation and your calling, and then try to run from it. There will be people I know that will never step into their vocation, never experience their potential. It's possible. Maybe everyone that's alive right now will, but there's people that have already gone on that never did. And so knowing this, right, I can also say that I know that people who have began to serve in their purpose and in their vocation, no matter what it is that they tried to do to try to escape it, they end up doing it no matter where they are. And because of that calling, because of that calling that's on people's lives, because of that power that's in you that wants to get out, because your soul craves fulfillment, because what's up, Brady? What's up, Kate? Because your soul craves that fulfillment that comes from that serving others. That's the thing I'm talking about. If we only understood the power of unity, authenticity, and being authentically who it is that we were created to be. I'm talking about your potential. I'm talking about free from the influences, free from trying to impress somebody else, free from trying to fit into the group. I'm talking about genuinely being you. And when we talk about this genuineness of authenticity, of allowing the powerful energy that's within us to be expressed, man, it's life-changing once you realize that you're a powerful, creative, spiritual being. So what's up, Robert? So when in 2023, when I had to define for myself what it was that I believed, I ran. It's crazy because you could go back and see that I had decided that, okay, I'm going to start making social media content. I never thought I would be on TikTok. I thought I would always just make YouTube videos, chop them up, throw them on TikTok. But eventually I ended up I'm here on TikTok. I'm like the other stuff just be challenging. I feel like I could come here, be natural, talk, not have no script, and not be judged either. What's up, Naya? What's up, Taz? And so when I'm talking, just to give a real good recap of who I am, what I'm doing, and what I've talked about for the last 30 minutes, so everybody's on the same page as we continue with the story. So I'm Truth J Blue. I empower people to experience their power, potential, and purpose. It is my belief that you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being capable of doing anything that you can imagine and believe. Today, we're talking about faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed. And so when we talk about faithfulness mostly unwitnessed, we took a macro view of it and we looked at the preparation, the resiliences, the challenges, the ups and downs that anyone who's going to step into their vocation, especially one that's on the scene side, because there's way more people who are unwitnessed. But when you're going to step into that, to the what's up everybody, a whole bunch of people just came in. Let me see if I could just say this. Does this let me do that? All right, that's cool. Y'all like that? That was much easier. When you begin to move in that thing, there's so much more that goes into the becoming who you're called to be, and the challenges and the struggles and the psychological things that we have to go through. And depending on who you are, like we're talking about my story, right? So we started in 2012 because when I go to 2011 backwards, it gets real dark. And then I get way too emotional and get wrapped up. So I don't want to get wrapped up in no healing trauma talk while we're just really talking about preparation and how there's so much preparation that forces people into their calling. You know, I was trying to think of that John Wick. So people don't realize, like I'm very analytical, right? So I analyze stuff. John Wick does very well display how what's up, Yazzie? What's I'm just gonna click this. So when you look at John Wick, if you're paying attention, and me, I paid attention, right? So the what they say to him, many people say to him throughout the movie is, man, you thought you got out. You can't get out. And so what I'm saying is, once you step into the thing that you're created to do, the thing that you're doing, you can't get out. You can think you're out, but you're going to end up being sucked back into that thing because that's what you were created to do. And there's that story that's being told there. It's the same thing that Krishna tells Arjuna. Arjuna doesn't want to go and kill his own family. Y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's the same story. Like it's what I tell people when you talk about Yeshua. He knew who he was, knew what he was called to do, and was willing to do it even if it killed him. It's that same thing. You gotta be willing to do that part. See, we get to witness that part in a story, but we don't understand those struggles, those challenges, unless we take time and identify within ourselves how real it is. When we're taking an opportunity within ourselves to say, I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I see these talents, I see this, I just don't know how to start. I don't know where to start, but I want to start, right? I'm going to start. See, that stuff's unwitnessed. When you're making those challenges, when you're making those choices, when you're going through the ups and downs, the doubts, the fears, when you're going through all of that, that's all unseen. Nobody sees you going through that. Yet, everyone knows that it's required. But we don't realize the price paid, because there's a huge price paid by so many of us who decide that we want to run and don't want to do what we're supposed to do, want to be fake, because the price of being fake, whether you pay it immediately or you pay it later, there's a great price See, you must be willing to be authentic. In 2026, all of that fake stuff is going to die. People are getting tired of it. I know y'all tired of that stuff. I know y'all tired of all the same type of entry, the same video over and over and over again. So I'm gonna come in and give y'all something different. Because when you really hungry to be transformed by your thinking in your mind, to be able to experience your power, potential, and purpose, I want to be here for you. I want to be here to help you experience it. You know, what's up? Who said something? My fault. I missed the message if somebody said something. But when we think about, like I said, when we go back to 2012, I didn't even know this guy, Steven, that we allowed to come into the board meeting, who said that we needed to base what we plan to teach at the nonprofit at Inspire, Build, Motivate, what we plan to teach at Inspire, Build, Motivate, that on the biblical principles. But I knew nothing about the Bible. So what was I going to do? So I looked for a church. And then after looking for a church for months, I mean, I'm talking about, I went to a lot of churches. I was in Houston. I went to Lakeview. It's just too big. I got lost on the Army Times, that church. But anyways, but I went to a lot of different churches all over Houston. Houston's huge. I went in Humble. I went in South Houston. They got a really good church down there in Pleasant. It's just too far from where I lived. But eventually I found a church in San Antonio. And then I went to the Bible school there. And I went and got me a psychology degree from Liberty University. And then I went and got me a ministerial degree. And over those 10 years, the only thing that I realized at the end was I didn't know what I believed. That was the only thing. After 10 years of studying the Bible and studying psychology and anthropology and really wanting to understand the how do humans transform and study personal development. And now, right now, as we're speaking, on like 2 days after my birthday, it's August 9th. And my birthday was August 7th. I just turned 46 2 days ago. So up until now, I still I don't want to be someone who talks about spirituality, because it's such I see it as such a heavy responsibility. It's not, because my responsibility is just to do what I'm supposed to do. But it seems such like dang, man. Like, because when we act, hold on, I need this to close or something. When people act on the things people say, that influence. My wife was telling me yesterday. She said really. She asked me a bunch of questions, and what we really realized. She said I tell people I'm not a leader. What the heck is going on? I tell people I'm not a leader because I don't want to have to deal with the fact that it comes with influence. So really, I'm just scared of influence. And so the reason why I don't come here and do videos, I rather just do a long video, chop it up, and give it to y'all, is because I never know. I know y'all gonna come in at any time, and I don't know what I might be saying at that time. What's up? Period. Point blank. So when we think, I overthink, because I'm overthinking and I overanalyze it. I fail to come and do what I'm supposed to do. Right? These challenges, y'all don't see none of that. I come in and say, but I mean, what I'm saying it right now in a few seconds, but people don't see that, and we all go through it in order. We don't all go through it. Anybody that wants to accomplish something in life goes through it. Some people are comfortable with mediocrity. People who are comfortable with mediocrity are very unlikely to stop and watch me. No, like, if you're comfortable with mediocrity, you're not going to be here watching me for any period of time. This is for people who want to transform their lives, who want to experience their personal power, their personal potential, and walk in their vocational calling, their purpose, the thing that they were created to do. That's what I'm set up to do. That's what this channel. What's that? Does it say Negro with the fro? I don't pick mine out no more, but it's that we good. What's up with it, Darren? What's up with it? So just really, preparation is what the whole message is. The faithfulness is mostly unwitnessed. We're talking about the struggles, the pain, the ups and downs. That stuff, people don't see it, and you know it. And you have to you don't have to. You should respect it. You should respect the challenges that you get to go through and get to experience, because you're becoming somebody from them. And that becoming is driving you. What's the A? That becoming, that who you're becoming through those, you don't realize it. But if you pause right now, let's just take a moment right now and think about back on your life, about how every challenge, every struggle, how you made it through them, because you here right here, things that you thought was impossible, you did them. You thought they were impossible, but now they're done. Now they're behind you. That's the same thing for anything that's coming up, and things that you don't even know is going to come up, but you're being prepared. You're being slowly transformed, slowly becoming better and better through our experiences. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Stay faithful. Stay committed to you. Make plans. Prepare to execute. Execute. Fail. Execute again. Make a new plan. Prepare again. Execute. Keep doing it. Keep going. Because you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being capable of doing anything you can imagine and believe. But first you got to believe it. But if you come here, I continue to tell it to you, because believing comes by hearing it over and over and over and over again. It's the way we learn. It's the way we believe anything. Many of the things that you think you believe, you don't believe. You just heard them growing up. I got a book. Matter of fact, y'all check out the shop. I've got a book on that. It's called Mindful Shields. It's all about, check out Mindful Shields right now. Y'all just click the shop. If there's anybody watching, it looks like it's about 2 or 3 people here. Just click the shop and go look at it. It's a book called Mindful Shields. What's up out the way? Check out the book Mindful Shields. It's talking about how many people don't believe the things they think they believe because of the influences and the things they heard over and over and over and over and over while growing up. So those thoughts are in their head and they think that they're beliefs, but really they're just repetitive thoughts that are in their head. And if you really begin to analyze those things and ask yourself, like, do I believe that? You'll realize that you don't believe everything you think you believe. That right there, that's transformative. See, these are the types of things I want to come here and help you realize, that you can challenge the way you think. You can challenge the way you feel. You can challenge what you think you could believe. You can ask yourself, does this really make sense? Like, can I really believe this and this? Can I believe that this color is yellow, but a legal pad isn't yellow? Like, can I do that? Like, seriously. And when you begin to ask yourself these very important questions about who you are, what you believe, what's within you that wants to come out that you hide because you want to fit in, because you want to fit a certain stature, because whatever it is that causes you to think that you have to shrink yourself to fit in, stop it. Stop it. That's it. Just stop it. I believe on that note, I wanted to close it a moment ago. But it's just remember, respect the experiences, the ups and downs, the fails, the trials, the every time you had to try again, every time it hurt, every time you eventually got the breakthrough. Just remember, you've done so much, and there's so much more you can do through intention, through faith, through action. Plan, prepare, take action. Plan, prepare, take action. You are a powerful, creative, spiritual being capable of doing anything you can imagine and believe. And on that one.